Hi, everyone, and welcome to another University of Houston Alumni Association interview. I'm Tom Franklin, and my guest today is James Hong, former U of H football player, UH alum, and now principal of Hong Financial. James, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Tom.
I understand you're a native Houstonian, a rare breed.
Well, I am. I was born and raised here, grew up in the Pasadena area, and about midway through my elementary years, I moved to Spring Branch and started living on the west side of town since then.
And went to Stratford High School?
Went to Stratford High School and
played football?
Played football there, and then that's how I got to U of H.
When you were going through high school and thinking about what you wanted to do for college, what considerations were driving you to whatever university you chose?
You know, I had the privilege of having a couple of different options when it came to college and planning college, and what I really wanted to find in a university or college was, you know, not only a good athletic school, but also a good academic school. And, you know, I grew up in an area, Stratford was rich in tradition, not just football, but, you know, academics and whatnot. And I really wanted to have that same feel when I went to college. So, you know, I was recruited by Baylor, Tech, Iowa State, Division III schools, Division II schools. But I really liked, at the time, in 2001, when I graduated, Coach Dimel just got hired on. He was going to bring, you know, a lot of new excitement to University of Houston, of course, with the run and shoot days with, you know, Coach Yeoman and whatnot. There's just so much tradition here. And then also, I want to be close to home so that, you know, I could take care of my family if I needed to, as well as, you know, thinking about what I could do and pursue after I graduated and started working.
All right, so you're playing football, and what are you majoring in?
I double majored in management and finance at the Bauer.
Now, how do you have time to double major and play football? Because that's not easy.
Yeah, it was a challenge, but, you know, my goal when I got here was to take 15 hours every semester, you know, from day one. And the reason why I did that, I really wanted to stay on a disciplined track. Number one, I wanted to be able to get different angles of business courses. I loved finance. You know, I started investing when I was a kid. You know, my mom co-signed an account for me when I was 13 years old.
Wow.
And I kind of learned on my own, and, you know, I had some mentors help me and whatnot. So I was always interested in finance, and I also wanted to get some good management under my belt, because I figured, you know, somewhere down the road I'd probably be managing people. So I wanted to get a good mix. Accounting, information systems didn't seem as appealing to me.
All right, let's go to your football days first of all. What do you remember about your years playing football here for U of H?
You know, I loved my experience here at U of H, because I did get both best of both worlds. You know, I was here when Coach Dimel was here, and then I also had the privilege of playing under Coach Browse. And, you know, both coaches, great coaches, two different coaching styles, two different eras. So, unfortunately, I had the privilege of you know, being a part of history and having the first 0-11
the donut season.
0-11 season in
What's called the donut year.
Donut year, and amongst other things. So, you know, I think that was a great learning experience for the team as a whole, and me personally, because number one, it showed that, you know, in the game of football and in life, anything could happen. And, you know, when the world throws you lemons, you got to make lemonade. So it was a great learning experience, and, you know, that's, I think, how we were able to get out of where we did, because obviously you can't go and do worse than the donut year. But we got better, and then obviously when I was a sophomore, that's when Coach Browse came in, went to our first bowl game, Hawaii Bowl 2003,
right,
and then missed a bowl game that next year, and then went to the Fort Worth Bowl my senior year. So great experience overall. You know, 2 bowl games with my time here, as well as learning from that donut year. So,
all right, what did you learn in the classroom when you got your degree? What things, what people, what instructors inspired you and left marks on your life?
You know, I had a lot of great professors while I was here. You know, not just at the Bauer College of Business, but, you know, other parts of the campus as well. I think we are really blessed as a campus to have some passionate professors, people that have been here for 30 plus years. Mm-hmm. And I think the students, and obviously at the time I didn't really know, but I think students, while you're in class and doing the same routine, so to speak, as students, you forget the fact that these professors have been here a long time and understand why they're doing what they're doing, and you have a lot of dedicated people that are here only because they truly love what they do and love the university, or else they wouldn't be here. So it's hard to mention a professor in particular, but I've really had across the board over my 4.5 years here some really great professors.
Now, you've been a guy who, even in your college days, started giving back. You got a program called Little Cougars All in One that you got involved in. Tell me about that and how you got involved with it.
Well, it was during those years, my freshman year, I guess, when a group of us wanted to give back, and we started going to schools and talking to kids about staying in school, staying off drugs, being a good citizen. We felt that it was kind of our duty, so to speak, as student athletes at the college level to be able to, show kids, young people growing up that, if you applied yourself, if you worked hard, you could someday go to a college, mm-hmm. play college sports, and also, earn a valuable degree. And, growing up, I didn't really have an experience like that where a college athlete or a professional athlete came and spoke to us. So it was something that we decided to do out of our own, I guess, blessings, so to speak. And what turned from that into doing summer camps and sports camps that first summer turned into what the program is today. And you mentioned Little Cougs. We first started having about 30 to 40 kids at our football games. This was back in 2002, I believe. And last year we had about 1,200 kids at our football games. And basically the kids come out at no charge to them. We have generous sponsors that sponsor kids for their tickets, tailgating activities, which mm-hmm. includes food, a T-shirt, wow. Giveaways, stuff of that nature. And through that program, we've been able to touch a lot of kids' lives throughout the Houston area that otherwise would not have been exposed to any university, let alone one of the prime universities in their own backyard. And throughout the year, we also continue our programming, and we do after-school programs, we do tutoring programs and whatnot. And back in 2001, when we started, we didn't have a single program like that.
Right.
Today, can't believe it's 10 years later, 2011, we're offering over 80 different programs at over 50 different campuses, and we reach in a given year probably just over 500,000 kids throughout the Houston area.
That's going to be pretty satisfying and rewarding to see what happens to some of these kids where you give them a chance and see them go on and take advantage of it.
It's funny you mentioned that because we do have kids that we've seen 3-4 years ago that were in first grade, now they're getting into middle school and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And those kids, to see their growth, because they come back and see our program and whatnot, it's really, for me personally, fulfilling, I guess, mm-hmm. because we get to see our program in action. Right. And you can't see it, that week or that year, but down the road, like you mentioned, that's where it really pays off.
Now, also being involved, you've been involved with the Bauer Alumni Association as well.
Yes, I have. I've been involved with the Bauer Alumni Association for, I guess, the past 4 years or so. I joined immediately after I graduated, and that also goes back to the part of me that likes to give back, because I feel that my time here, my experiences here have been such valued by me that I feel like the least I can do is, if I can't, donate my dollars, that I donate my time. And if I could help another, student or student athlete advance a certain way by, giving my time and getting involved. That's how I feel I can do that. And this year, actually, I'll be the new president of the Bauer College Alumni Association. So I'm pretty excited about that. A lot of great folks over there. We have great group of board members. So it's really, a privilege to be able to be a part of that.
Now, you're a recent grad compared to a lot of the interviews that I've done here. How has this university changed from the time you were a student until you see it now?
Oh, I tell you, Tom, it's changed, almost night and day. When I walked on campus, we didn't have a parking garage. The newest, on-campus housing was Cullen Oaks, which was a brand new build. In fact, my class was the first class to be the first, residence there. Now you have Bayou Oaks, you have the renovation of Moody Towers and the Quadrangle, Kruger Place and all that. So it's really amazing to see the change, transformation to see on campus physically, in terms of building-wise. And then, of course, with the plans of an upgraded facility, football, Hofheinz, and then obviously the rec. And if you see that side of campus, the Calhoun side, you've got a beautiful part of campus where a lot of people used to not be able to go to, but now you see more and more people, come through that way. So it's really good to see the change, the transformation that's happening here.
And great leadership from Dr. Couture.
Absolutely. I tell you, I was talking to some other folks the other day. We have kind of a perfect storm brewing. We've got probably one of the best presidents this university has ever had. We have probably one of the top athletic directors that this university has ever had. We've got really good leadership across the board. Not just at the university level, not just with athletics, with all the colleges. With Bauer College, with hotel restaurant management. You've got a lot of good leadership, from the schools. And it's just a perfect storm. If we can't, make things happen now, I don't know what other point in time you could really ask for that.
And the very first thing you can do to get involved with this perfect storm that James has described for you is by becoming a member of the Alumni Association. It's very simple to do. You just go to our website, www.houstonalumni.com. There you can find out the various membership programs we have for you and the benefits that go along with being a member of the Houston Alumni Association. We'll take care of a lot of things for you. Shipping with UPS, we'll have benefits for you there. Insurance from our friends at Liberty Mutual. If you're going on vacation, car rentals from Avis and Budget Rent-A-Car, Landry's Restaurants, just to name a few things along the way. It's all there for you right on our website, www.houstonalumni.com. And to continue this snowballing effect that we've got going for us and getting to Tier 1, we need a strong and thriving alumni association, so your participation is very, very important. www.houstonalumni.com is where you can find out all the information. For James Hong, I'm Tom Franklin. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time on the University of Houston Alumni Association Interviews.